We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, flag, what do you got?
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Heavy on the edges. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Here we go.
Now Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line.
And the Buccaneer first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a give right side. Logan. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston. It's complete downfield out left to his running back. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line.
First down, Buccaneers.
Hey, ready, white 25. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On first down, it's Logan. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ready, blue lady. 42. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. Winston of the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They run with Logan. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. T.J. Logan, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Packers 7. Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
33-yard line.
Green 18. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
40-yard line.
158. Wild Bill.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. And they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the light.
It's a foot race. The 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. T.J. Logan. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Bucks get the quick strike touchdown. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
45, Mike.
On first down, Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. He got 29 yards that time.
Over. Get 300.
First and 10 at the 20.
Rodgers now on first down. And avoids the contact by sliding. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
They'll try again with Jones. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And that is going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by Sean Bunning. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Ready. Blue ready.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. 65, 65. 65.
On second down now, it's Logan. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Aguilar has it. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. This is Logan. A little juke. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
They'll run it here with Logan. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Jones. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Ready. Black 25.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Let's go.
Winston now from the 50. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. It's caught inside the 25. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the
Ready?
Packers'
Move
9-yard
it.
line.
Here we go, here we go. Got double time. Double time. 4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down.
On the carry, it's Logan. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Slack 25 behind. Green, privacy.
Push him back.
Let him go.
Here's Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Gay is on for the point after. And it is now 21-0.
Next to score, Buccaneers 21, Packers 0.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, about that.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, 88. Hey, wahoo.
You mine. Check 45 to Mike. Check.
Zoom.
Come on. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Their own 31-yard line.
The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go, here we go.
On second down, it's Logan. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 30, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Bucks with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
I'm here all day.
Rodgers now on first down. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Kill. 26.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucks 33. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Rodgers to throw once more. This to Graham on the short pass. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Rodgers again now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. He goes 95 yards to the house on the kick return. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Still down very big on the scoreboard, but a little feather in their cap here.
And it's a big-time play, and if you don't get energized after a kick return, well, then your team just doesn't have any spark. We'll find out if this is the start of a big comeback or just cosmetics as we go along.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we've
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They run again with Logan. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Ready, black 25.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Check. Crunch.
Out of the pistol to give to Jones. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Ready, white 25.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Come on, Sunday. Let us go.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Big Ed.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Let's go, baby. At their own 31-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
319.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. That'll be caught by St. Brown. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Trevor Davis, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that. Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Strong left. Strong left. 4 down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Logan takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Bucks on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Hey, Delta. Jim!
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Now Rodgers. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
Hey, 626.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Jump out. 26.
At the 38-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers making the catch is Sternberger. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucks 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Dancing to his left. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. On first down, Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
The Bucks take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
At the 38-yard line.
Ready, flag, what do you got?
Mike 50. Hey, 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 hey!
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Logan, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Logan. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
At the Packers' 49-yard line.
Here's Jones. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Ready, White 25.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo!
On 3rd down, it's Logan, and he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Tampa Bay. Tonight.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory, and never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is to come.